and welcome to a brand new series on the channel. It's called the Youth Academy Speedrun. The ultimate goal is to get a team and take them all the way to the Champions League final in the shortest time possible. That's not all. We're going to get there with a team full of players generated by the game itself. For people who've watched me before, think of this as Youth Squad Legends with a rocket shoved up its backside. For those of you who are new to the channel and could also be new to using the Youth Academy in career mode, you're in very safe hands. Just sit back and enjoy, soak it up. Maybe by the end of this video, you'll have a whole new way to play FIFA. This series is going to open new doors. I can have a guess that most of you are pretty bored with career mode right now. I feel it's up to me and my fellow YouTubers to do something about it. I can't go any further without pointing out the main man, Jared HD. His rebuild series is the reason Youth Academy Speedrun exists. A very good friend of mine, iGaming HD, is also trying this out, so please go and send some love and appreciation. Both channels will be down in the description. So let's quickly talk about the rules. Firstly, the team must arrive at the Champions League final with no real players in the squad. I'm expecting that most of the teams I put together will be a mixture of my own Youth Academy talent and free agent pickups. Buying regens from other teams is allowed, but this is a speed run, and scouting takes time we simply haven't got. The timer will finish once we land on the Champions League final date. Then we'll have one shot Champions League glory, and trust me, it will not be easy at all. We know how to make opponents stronger, and I created a slider setup earlier in the year that makes games against the AI an actual challenge. I will be allowed to pause the timer occasionally when explaining how far the team has progressed. Most things will be off limits whilst this happens. Even something as insignificant as transfer listing a reserve goalkeeper must be done when the timer is active. Breaks help me show off player growth and talk about what I plan on doing in the months to come. EA give you loads of opportunities to enhance your career mode. There's a 60% transfer budget boost. You can scout future stars. There's also unlocks that help improve individual player training. All of these useful additions are banned in the speedrun. Reloading the game save when things are going terribly wrong is allowed, but it will plant you to the first day of the current season. So all your actions in that season will be erased. Career mode is full of bugs, the famous one this year being the money bug. Keeping a profit seems to be the solution, but if we ever encounter this pesky thing, we can reset the clock and start over. If the board's objectives are just too much and we get sacked, we are able to reload the save, but the timer continues. You know, this is a pretty good starting team. Obviously up front they have the legend that is Akinfenwa. On the subs bench, Sam Saunders, I'm pretty sure he played for Brentford at one time. An exceptional free kick taker, 75 stat in League 2. Fantastic depth for this level of football. Of course, in the reserves you've got Gareth Ainsworth, a hero for Wycombe Wanderers. John Barty 63, Weston 62, Muller 60. These guys are in the reserves of a League 2 side, so it's not really surprising to know that the board want us to fight for promotion in the first season. With speedruns we can't compete directly, but timing yourself from start to finish gives you a target to break next time around. Different machines will process the game at different speeds, so I would expect high-spec PCs to crush times possible on console. For me, it's an original PS4 released in 2013. Now it's over to Wycombe Wanderers to set the speedrun benchmark for League 2. On your marks, get set, go! I plan to get through the first 6 months as quickly as I can. The team is good enough to challenge, so I should be able to at least get to January before considering changing the side at all. Youth scouts will start immediately finding players to push the club further, but we've got to be incredibly careful with our finances. Like I said in the intro, ending the season on a loss might trigger a game-ruining bug that basically gives you unlimited funds. And now we are here, January the 1st. It's only took us 15 minutes and 22 seconds to get to this point. Wycombe Wanderers sitting in 15th at the moment. Things are not looking good. However, we're only 4 points off the playoff spots. 12 youth players in total, the best of which is this central defensive midfielder called Alex Conceição. Apparently this guy's got a potential between 77 and 94. Everybody else we'll look into in more detail if we get into July, because obviously we are mid-table at the moment, and if we keep that way, I'm guessing I'm going to be sacked. Player growth, not so bad in the first team. There are a couple of reductions. There's some aging players in this side, but overall, I'm quite happy with it. And now we get to the finances that are looking absolutely appalling. But you look at the league table and realise that we can't actually sell anybody to make our finances better, because we need them to get the wins to get us up the table. For the next 6 months, I plan to replace the Wycombe Wanderers players that I've got now with equally talented free agents. The only problem is if the simulation goes badly and we're sacked at the end of the season, we've been wasting time signing free agents in the first place. This is the moment of truth. It's simulating to the 30th of June. Have I done enough to keep my job, or am I gonna get sacked? Why is it taking so long? Finally, end the season. Don't get sacked. I'm not sacked. Yes, we're going into a new season. Second season with Wycombe Wanderers, and everything is going to be okay. I've got to say I'm very pleased with how it's going so far. I expect some of these speed runs, the start's going to be very, very tough indeed. Now, I'm not going to go through all of these players, or we'll be here all day. What I will do is tell you the potential of the Youth Academy players that we brought in. So first on the list, we have Ed Price. His potential is 68 to 92. Ewan Mohr, one of the weaker players that I brought in, his potential is 67 to 89. Philip O'Carroll, quite excited by this guy, potential of 72 to 94. Lucas Vestergaard, brought in at the highest overall of any Youth Academy player last season. His potential is 65 to 91. Selik Aslan, got a nickname in the Lion, potential of 69 to 93. Ilhan Kaymak, 67 to 91. Amit Yalman, 66 to 90. Julio Barrios, unbelievable player here, potential of 79 to 94. And now we move on to the great name of Seydou Douhou. His potential is 67 to 91. Rafael Enriquez, 72 to 94. Casey McGee, 74 to 94. Jens Jespersen, 70 to 94. Nicholas Evans, 68 to 92. Sam Wilson, 67 to 93. Alex Conceição, 77 to 94. And finally, Valero Fontana, 67 to 91 goalkeeper. I apologise for the font of the names on screen. That's EA's problem. Get it fixed. It looks a right mess. Also, a splash of free agents coming into the side. High overall players that will help out the team. We won't be talking about free agents until we bring some in with very high potential. The objectives are very painful yet again. Gain automatic promotion this time around, but we are far better equipped now to push to the top. For Season 2, I concentrated on training 2 players, goalie Jamal Blackman and Scott Cashcott, who was chosen to replace Akinfenwa. This would push the average rating of our first team to about 65. Not many League 2 teams could compete with that. In every episode, you'll see the same patterns emerging. I'll buy young and sell old to guarantee the long-term financial outlook of the club. It's another reason we're not talking about the free agents that much, because I'm sure the same names will pop up over and over again. We were looking so good that occasionally I took breaks from scouting to ease our money worries. Before you know it, Season 2 is complete and we've done it. Promotion is ours. So, it's League 1 and the board want us to fight for promotion, but this is now low priority, so I'm pretty sure if we finish mid-table, we'll be absolutely fine. I'm really pleased with how the squad is looking. We've got a first team that can compete in this division, that's the main thing. Behind the scenes, we've got plenty of youth players that could become world-class in the future. So let's go through the promoted players of Season 2. Great name, Kingsley Nwapa, his potential is 71 to 87. Daniel Kuti, looking good already, potential of 71 to 89. Ramiro Velasquez, potential of 69 to 93. Ishmael Riviero, potential of 66 to 90. Ruben Guerrero, 69 to 94. Gil Duarte, unbelievable potential on this guy, 75 to 94. Watch out for him in the future. Lander van den Broek, potential of 67 to 91. Lewis Haas 69 to 93, Neil Schneider 65 to 91, Christian Kraus 70 to 94. We've saved one of the best till last, Arthur Utzinger 75 to 94. This is how the first team lines up. One youth player has broken into the first team side, and that is Vestergaard at right back. A few are knocking at the door. Liam O'Carroll, 62 overall. We've got Wilson Conceição both on 61, and Julio Barrios on 60. Some okay free agents on the shortlist. I'm definitely going to bring a couple in, maybe Featherstone to be back up to Jamal Blackman. He's refusing to sign a new contract and he's only got 1 year left. There's not actually that much in the third season that we need to do. All the work has been done before this point, and we've done it within 2 hours, which is excellent. We're shooting along at tremendous speed. Jamal Blackman's £1.6 million move gave us the chance to hire a more experienced youth scout. Thankfully, we found something very special in Sid Featherstone, who would be the first player to smash his way through the 80 overall barrier in League One. We are only in League One. Some youth players are becoming unsettled. Amit Yalman has moved away from Wycombe, but this is to be expected. We're going to lose plenty of players from now to the end. With a loose domestic target, this was our free shot at promotion to the Championship. We managed it through the playoffs. Somehow I held my nerve and simulated the final at Wembley. We beat Scunthorpe 2-1. Only one step away now from the Premier League. We've got a great spine in this Wycombe side. I guarantee that half of the players that are playing for Wycombe now will actually be still playing for them when we get to that Champions League final. It's all about patience in the end. You can put the youth players straight on training drills and make them unbelievable immediately, but you're gonna screw up their physical stats. You just gotta be patient. It will reward you in the end. Lassina Dele! Only 3 players made it from the Youth Academy to the first team last season. Quite disappointed with that figure, even though we don't need the numbers. Sam Davis, potential of 74 to 94. Toby Roberts, 74 to 90. And Janko Cesarak, 70 to 94. I don't usually keep 15-year-old because it wastes a lot of money holding a player in the youth squad, but it is worth it when you find a player like Radovan Pavlovic. Fast forward 3 years and Wycombe Wanderers are playing in the Championship playoff final against Bournemouth. Sid Featherstone and the boys are ready to take this to the next level. It was a lot of hard work to get to this point, and I weren't going to let the chance slip by. Even though when I was playing it was 20 minutes to 5 in the morning, I decided to go ahead and play the game myself. The team felt surprisingly good. Youth Academy star Philip O'Carroll lashed in the first goal, but really this final was all about the free agents that we picked up. 78 overall Alex Whitfield at left back glided through the opposition and slipped in Walter Ayala for the second. We were so good we managed a third. Very scrappy, probably the scrappiest goal in New Wembley. Damian Vasalko wrapped things up. We were on our way to the top flight of English football. This is the right time to talk about the squad in a bit more depth. Firstly, let's show off the Youth Academy players that have been promoted in recent seasons. Matteo Bruno, 68 to 92. Luca Rossi, 72 to 94. Stefano Lombardi, 68 to 92. Federico Ricci, 68 to 92. Victor Michael, 73 to 94. Peter Wolf, 75 to 94. Probably the best shot at bringing a Youth Academy wingback into the Champions League final side. The tremendously named Max Burns, 66 to 90. David Tremblay, 76 to 94. Andrea Greco, 82 to 88. And the one that we were waiting for so long, he doesn't have great physical stats, but his potential is 87 to 93. That was going to be an end of it. No more Youth Academy players. The season afterwards, I didn't bring any at all, but last season, I gave it one more shot and I'm glad I did. South Africa has given me some very decent wingers. Duma Nokwe, 68 to 94. Gatsha Wagana, 74 to 94. And also Simfiwe Teka, 69 to 94. Then I moved the scout over to Colombia. Benito Diaz, 74 to 94. Esteban Gallardo, 79 to 93. And the final player brought in from the Youth Academy, Ruben Dominguez, 78 to 86. So let's point out the really decent regen. Sid Featherstone, we all know him by now, might be backup goalkeeper in the end because we have a Youth Academy prospect looking very good at the moment. We will have to take any chance we get of bringing a Youth Academy player into the first team because it's going to be very difficult for many of these players to break through. Free agents all through the back line. Alex Whitfield, 10 out of 10 in that championship playoff final. I don't think it's going to change either because if we just back out of the squad report and go to the shortlist, you'll realise that there's a £41.5 million valued player. I have never seen this before. 87 overall. He's just come into the game and he's 87. Calder Silva, wow. I'm expecting the midfield to be an easier place to bring in the Youth Academy players. Right now, Utzinger and Barrios are in the first team. Played with Lucina Deli, he was alright, but I expected a little bit more. And Barnes feels like a class act, an exciting prospect as well. I think he's going to stick around for the Champions League final. Up top, we have Ayala and Georgiev at the moment, but in the Championship playoff final, we actually played O'Carroll because Georgiev was injured. Started training up O'Carroll as well. He's got terrible finishing at the moment. As for Ayala, he's playing right now, he's showing great potential, he's 80 overall, but if we find someone better in the free agents, we will replace. More names to look out for: Damjan Vasalko. I expect this guy is the Modric regen. Really good, exciting prospect, excellent stats. And a 77 Irish central attacking midfielder, showing great potential. I have no idea whose regen this could be. You might have noticed that Alex Conceição has moved to Birmingham City. I didn't want this move to happen. He's a very good Youth Academy player, 75 overall at 22 years old. We've had problems like this before, players forcing their way out of the club. I expect him to be back in a Wycombe shirt before we reach the finish line. The time has come. The squad is ready. We're getting our skates on. It's time for that Champions League final. Total time for the Wycombe Wanderers speedrun, 14 hours, 2 minutes and 41 seconds. Quite respectable for the first try. Now this was done over the course of 3 days and I was still showing signs of a repetitive strain injury. I would recommend giving this a go to anyone, but you've got to pace yourself. Take regular breaks. To split my run up, I chose a point of interest, which was hovering over the advanced section of the main menu on the first day of every season. Now some years I got through very quickly, some took much longer. After every one I advise you to get up and move around. I want people to enjoy this challenge, but be responsible. Your health is way more important. Anyway, enough with the health and safety. In the background you have our potential Champions League winning squad. Not bad for 14 hours work. I got unstuck on some occasions, the run slowed drastically down when someone wanted out of Wycombe. A few squirmed free like Lucina Deli and the keeper that was supposed to replace Sid Featherstone. Many of the names here are totally disposable, just there to make up the numbers and give the club some serious depth. You will notice however that a lot of our lower league players have survived this surge of the professional English leagues. Players brought through our own academy are the true stars. They've battled against the odds to be in this side, so let's treat them with respect. Regens are equally fun to play with, but they are, simply put, a different breed altogether. Dipping in the free agents is like buying a beautiful piece of furniture from the high street. It is so clinical, it lacks history, flaws, that overall means no character. Youth players, on the other hand, are flat pack. They take effort to assemble, some of the work is honestly not worth it, but it's your chair and it does what any other chair can do. So let's talk about the academy graduates and just how far they've come. Jens Jespersen, promoted at 45 overall, now an 83, did have a potential of 70 to 94. Peter Wolf started life as a 58 overall, but shot up and now is an 86. He's gone up 2 in this season alone. Ruben Guerrero, promoted at 51 overall, now at 83, but will miss the final with an injury. And so will Simfiwe Teka. What a story this guy's been. Promoted at 62 overall with a potential of 69 to 94. Arthur Utzinger started as a 57 overall, now an 86. Philip O'Carroll's gone through a crazy transformation, starting life as a 47 overall forward, now he's an 85. Lucas Vestergaard, when we brought him up he was a 60 overall with a potential of 65 to 91. He's gone up without any training to an 81 overall. Julio Barrios, ridiculous stats. He started as a 54 with a potential of 79 to 94, so we knew he was going to be pretty good. Probably not this good though. Next up, Alex Conceição, the one that I was really excited for in the first 6 seasons of the save. Potential was 77 to 94. He started off as a 53, he's now an 87. Was Pavlovic worth the wait? I mean, his physicals are now going up, his acceleration's at a decent 80 stat, but we've got better left backs. I don't think he'll be involved in the Champions League final. He was finally promoted as a 62 overall with a potential of 87 to 93, so he does have a lot more growing to do. He's only 23. 57 overall was the starting point for David Tremblay. Now he's an 81 left back, and I probably would choose him over Pavlovic at this point. Luca Rossi has moved from a 58 to a 77. With all the injuries to our first team wingers, great chance for Gatcha Wagana. Great name as well. He's developed from a 55 to a 79. Dumanotwe has jumped up 20 from 55 to 75. Next up is a player that's made the exact same leap. 55 to 75, Esteban Gallardo. Here's Gil Duarte, total increase in his overall, plus 32. He had a potential of 75 to 94. Sam Davis started as a 53, now a 79. And the final player here, Sam Wilson, gone up by 30. Had a potential of 67 to 93. He's looking like he's reached his peak at 83. We are currently playing a 4-5-1 because of our total lack of quality up front. It's a little bit better now because we've thrown 80 million quid at this 90 overall, but he's just come into the squad and I don't want him to take all the glory. I have sneaked 2 youth players into our glorious defence. That's Jens Jespersen in the net and Peter Wolf at right back. Playing wingers gave opportunity for Teka and Guerrero to flourish, and in the middle of the park, well, that's just oozing quality. 90, 86, 86, we've got an 87 on the bench, another 87, 83 Wilson, he doesn't even make the bench. 84, 77, 80, 76, 76 again. But all what I've just said is really obvious. We need scoreboards. Top Regens, top Youth Academy players, worst players. Only I get the opportunity to control these guys, so my opinion matters a lot in the grand scheme of things. I won't be showing any scoreboard graphics on screen right now because what's the point? We're on video number 1. But as the list of players grows from episode to episode, this section will become quite significant. I'll be rating my players from 1 to 10, 5 being the player that you expect for the overall they claim to have, 10 being absolutely perfect. For Regens, I would say it's been slightly underwhelming. Calder Silva certainly deserves a mention. I scored him at 6.0. Whitfield is my second choice of 3. Silky player, few mistakes, just what you need in a defender. He's a 7.0. And at 7.2, the best regen on this team is Kelvin Barnes. The determination just edged it for him. Would love to have seen big challenges flying in, but everything was broken down in an almost boring fashion. Onto the academy, and coming in third is Peter Wolf. Potential to be special, phenomenal physicals, no trouble in game, positional awareness, key to this guy's success. 6.4. Next, the keeper. Really big boots to fill, and wasn't even first choice to do that. What Wycombe have got in the end is someone far superior to Sid. The class gap between the two is bewildering. 7.0. There is only one man who deserves first place. One man who pulled up his socks and took on the world. One man who goes by the name of Utzinger. Fair enough, I've only played 4 games with him, but I know for a fact he is what I'm looking for. Positioning is outstanding. Long shots, he's got them. Keeping Wanderers Champions League dream alive single-handedly. And for that, I rate this guy at 9.3. An eye-watering high score at this early stage, but absolutely worth it. Moving on to the worst players, something I'm not going to spend that much time on. I've hardly given players a fair shot, but from the ones that were lucky enough to get proper game time, I've chosen Gil Duarte. He didn't feel composed enough for my very high standards. He's probably a 4.0. And surprisingly, the worst of the lot is the hero himself, Sid Featherstone. He led me into a false sense of security in the playoffs. Was a bag of nerves in the Champions League, Truly shocking compared to Jespersen. It's hard to even rate him above 1.5. Between now and next episode, those ratings can change. It depends if I have spare time to play this save. To be honest, I have spent so much time on this save, I really do want to get off it as quickly as possible. Real Madrid line up with only one regen. It's like 2027. But that's not to say that the other members of the team are lacking in ability. As for us, we've been hit hard with injuries recently. Jespersen and Wolf just about make this final. We'll be hoping Utzinger brings the magic on the biggest stage of all. There was no time to change kit numbers. There was no time to untuck shirts. It was just build a team as quickly as you can. Peter Wolf has the space. He'll play it into Kelvin Barnes. Lots of room on the wing if we can find it. Pinpoint pass, keep it in. He's not been able to keep it in. Wygana. Oh yes, here he is. Wygana, deliver. Oh dear. Oh dear. Ah, big tackle. Utzinger. Go on then. Inside. This is the chance. Ah, there we go. And it is the Modric region. Number 7, Vasalko. Not really talked about our goal scorer that much. He is a 90 overall. Probably best in the team at doing this. Just running with the ball to make sure we guard that front post. It was towards Vasalko and he has no height on him at all. Iheanacho's in. One-on-one, Jespersen. It's hit. Oh dear, this is bad. This is bad. Jespersen's still there. Great saves, keeper. I'm back. Play it back. Whitfield. Go on, Whitfield. Yes, lad. Oh! Could you imagine the left back scoring in the Champions League final? Before I get the question in the comment section, I am planning on making this series either weekly or fortnightly. Crosses come in. Oh! It's gone over Jespersen. That is a goal for Real Madrid. Utzinger to bang one in. He's got lethal long shots. They're blocking him off. They know how dangerous he is. Kelvin Barnes. That's not where I wanted to play that. Why would I want to play it to the left back in that situation? Utzinger. A chance maybe. Save Courtois. Flying save. First shot of the second half. Come on. Don't let me down, Whitfield. You've got this. Yes. We've been pretty ropey in the last 20 minutes. It looks like De Silva's going to get a booking. Still yet to make a change to the side. Players still seem pretty fresh. At the moment, we are going into extra time. And for that, might just keep the 11 on field for another 10 minutes. Right, okay, we've got a free kick. I thought for a second, referee, ignoring the fact that he just took me out, Utzinger finds his range and puts this one in. He might just have won the Champions League. 20 yards. Up and over the wall. Yes! Yes! Utzinger! How about that? Woo! That is glorious! Conceição, Barrios and Tremblay, come on. All Youth Academy players. Couldn't take off Barnes, obviously, he is the captain. Utzinger now playing wide. We've lost some shape since the team has changed. But we've only got a few minutes to hold out now. The keeper's up for Real Madrid. And the ball is out for Wycombe. It's a chase now. And I don't think O'Carroll's got the speed. But it doesn't matter because it's wasted so much time. The referee blows. And Wycombe Wanderers are Champions League winners. And that will be it for the first episode of Youth Academy Speedrun. If you've enjoyed the video, then please give it a like. I will leave you with these celebration scenes. This has been Cutsy, and I will see you next time.